Hi, and welcome to my Makerspace plan. This plan was designed for Info 5430 Wintermester by me, Jen Van Ness. Here are three Makerspace goals that I've set out for myself. I really value accessibility so that any tables that are set up can be shifted and moved up and down to different heights so that they're wheelchair accessible. Also, they will be on wheels, so they're modular and can be moved in different formations. Sustainability is also an important value for my future makerspace. Using recycled products helps save our planet. And finally, organization, I think is really key for any makerspace to keep all of those little teeny tiny little bits and other little items in their special place and have them labeled appropriately. So I've had many opportunities to make things and also to observe other students in class. One of my favorite things was creating my own invention that's modeled after just seen on TV. And I would love to try this with students to see if they could sell their items. I think this would be a really fun project. In addition, I'd like to create a Wakelet or a Padlet to store book and build ideas for students to build after read alouds. Using the UTech model of using, tinkering, experimenting, and creating, essentially what we're doing is moving from a static idea and building upon it and thinking and actively becoming creative in order to innovate and create a final product. Some things that I enjoyed from my classmates were recipes for slime making, ideas to purchase little bits, creating marble runs with recycled materials, and I also really enjoyed building my own game show. Another thing that really hit home for me was to use recycled and donated materials as often as possible. I use several books in my resources. In addition, many websites, which are linked here. I've also researched several articles as well, which are listed here in APA format. Space utilization and organization. So this is an actual photo of the makerspace that we are so fortunate enough to have in our library. These are also actual photos of utilization of the space and organization. We use the Lego kits on the left that are yellow. Also, clear plastic shoe boxes that you can obtain either from IKEA or the Container Store. In our case, everything is from IKEA here in Japan. And then to make sure that these containers are labeled as well, so that both students and teachers alike can find exactly what they're looking for, or also to see if something is missing that we need to add. So here's a photo of our actual tables. They are whiteboard tables and they're on wheels, which I think is fantastic because the legs are telescopic. We can adjust the height to accommodate wheelchair users. And also we use stools with wheels that lock, and our tables are whiteboard surfaces, which really help with the creative process. Here are some articles on space utilization in APA format. And you'll see here a rough sketch of something that I built out for a makerspace. And it shows pendant lamps. They're actually on kind of bungee cords that can be adjusted for height. We have built in storage shelves. There are two sinks, which I think is really important and is oftentimes overlooked. The tables are telescopic to be adjusted. They're on wheels to make them modular. They're whiteboard, and also I've included outlets that are built into the tables. I think this really increases the functionality of the makerspace. Funding and materials. So this is a big one. Makerspaces are not cheap, and sometimes they can't function entirely on donated materials as they continue to grow and thrive. So I've listed everything from grants to foundations, utilizing the library budget, optimizing the parent-teacher organization, and really getting the parent community involved, even corporate sponsorships and crowdfunding like Indiegogo, Kickstarter, or GoFundMe. And these crowdfunding sources can be placed on the school's website. Here I have a list of 100 donated materials, which I will just leave up here for you to peruse. There are many, but as I created this list, I was just bowled over by how many items can be recycled and reused and easily brought into school with students if parents just hang on to things like egg cartons and paper towel tubes, and even search their garage for extra tarps or rope, art supplies that aren't being used. There are so many things. Cardboard boxes, really sturdy ones from Amazon, or holding appliances. The list goes on and on and on. Here I've written a solicitation letter. It's in a beautiful format from my school in the form of an announcement that can be placed on the website and can be sent via electronic mail so that we can avoid paper mailings. And essentially, it really just talks about the value of STEAM and makerspaces and how the community really needs to raise money, and that the monetary gift would just have a huge impact on the ability of students to increase their learning, and just to build a wonderful foundation for a future environment. Also, it really increases education and knowledge about STEM careers for students. Dream big. So, if I received a $5,000 budget, one thing our school desperately needs are new iPads. They've received a lot of wear and tear over the past 10 years, and I would purchase 15 new iPads. They're estimated $325 a pop, so this puts me right under $5,000. We use iPads for so many things. We use a stylus for drawing and sketching. We use photo manipulation on Adobe. We have a Minecraft after school club. We use Lego Makerspace, and we create original music. These are just some of many things that we do with our iPads. So here's my marketing plan. I won't read the whole thing out to you, but one thing I would really like to highlight is the ability for our parent community to join us in the school and in the Makerspace. We can host an open house showcasing the Makerspace. And also for back to school nights, both elementary and secondary parents should be able to see the space and get a feel for what their children are doing during class. Finally, our assessment. So all of this making wouldn't be possible without the materials. And also we need to be able to assess our students as they learn and grow. So I've listed 10 items here for an assessment, including aesthetics and the process, the all-important risk-taking, being able to problem solve, reflect and understand, the quality of their craftsmanship, taking responsibility for their process, and the technique and concepts. Thank you so much for watching. I've appreciated your time. Happy making!